You're here.
Of course I'm here. Who's this guy?
Tracker, this is Gunner. Gunner, this is Tracker.
I don't like your name.
I don't like yours. You look familiar. Didn't I fire you?
I doubt it. I've never taken on a job I couldn't handle. I mean, there was this nursery once.
Okay, so what's the story?
I must remind you, this information is top secret. It cannot, I repeat, cannot leave this building.
So we have to stay here.
No, I said you have to fulfill the mission.
But you said we can't leave the building.
What? No, I said the information cannot leave the building.
But if you give us the information, then we can't leave the building. And if we can't leave the building, we can't fulfill the mission. You never told us the mission.
That is what I have been trying to tell you for the past 10 minutes.
Well, go ahead and tell us already. We've been waiting for the past 10 minutes.
Okay. Are you familiar with the practice of vivisection?
I don't know about you city folks, but where I come from, we don't take to that kind of hanky-panky.
I'll take that as a no. Okay, this story. 7 years ago, I undertook a mission to change the course of human history and become the greatest scientist alive. And now, 7 years later, deep within this building, I have performed the impossible. With the aid of surgical implants, infantile injections, genetic radiation treatment, and modern heavy metal, I have transformed a human into an animal.
Yeah, I can see how heavy metal would do the trick.
I was referring to lead and astronium.
Never heard of them. Are they like Led Zeppelin?
No, they're not. Anyway, continuing with my story of genius. The subject was a colleague of mine. He was more or less willing to undergo the operation. I cannot say that he knew exactly what the operation would entail, but that's his own problem.
You're saying you performed the operation without warning him of the effects?
I'm saying there may be feelings of hostility. He wanted to be a wolf and I turned him into a bird.
Yeah, well, that's a big difference.
It was the only plausible option. If I had turned him into a wolf, that would just be too much like a werewolf story. Just think of the copyright claims. You have Silver Bullet, Wolfman, Team Wolf, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban.
Isn't it Azkaban?
He wanted to be a wolf, and you made him a bird. I can see how he'd be a little bent out of shape.
You say he reacted with hostility. What does that mean?
It was the morning after his operation.
That was dark.
It was very dark. And now I need your help to capture him.
Don't you have any guards to help catch him?
Well, I did, but I sort of owed them a vacation.
So it's up to us to catch the whatever he is.
I call it the great white Antoine.
For no other reason than that he's Antoine?
He is white.
So, Antoine.
So, are you prepared for this mission? To hunt down and capture a dangerous creature?
Oh yeah.
Are those really necessary?
Look, Uaerom, the thing you've just described to me is something that could rip the living hide off your back. And I'd like to think that I'm faster than that, but in case I ain't, I want something that is, like a bullet. And if you value your life, I'd suggest you bring your own artillery.
Okay.
Where'd you get that? Toys R Us?
Did you steal it from some 5-year-old's birthday party?
What's it shoot? Nerf bullets?
Does he even shoot at all?
Like I said, nice gun.
Very futuristic and high-tech looking.
Now that we are clear that my artillery is sufficient to your standards, are we clear on the mission?
I'd like to know a little more about what we're dealing with here. We know it's dangerous. We know it's fast. What we don't know is where it's headed. I think we need to know a little bit more about this Antoine character.
Very well. The creature, in its human life, was very, very, very gullible.
So, Antoine.
Gullible. So he's trickable.
That is not the word. Also, the injections of phenytoin were meant to produce in him an extremely cautious animal instinct, to make him think like an animal.
So in other words, we're hunting him, not trapping him.
While the operation proceeded without complication, I must remind you that his escape could cause certain complications.
What kind of complications?
If the Antoine had remained in a controlled environment, I would have been able to simulate or repress his development into a bird as I saw fit.
Well, this isn't a controlled environment, and you can't stimulate or repress anything. You've made a monster, haven't you?
In an open environment, it is hard to say what exactly the Antoine could become. If the weather is clear and he receives too much sunlight, it's possible that he could mutate into something horrible.
I mean, you better pray for rain.
You set something into motion, and now it's out there spinning out of control. Is there anything else you can tell us about this guy that'll tell us what we're facing?
He liked the Twilight series.
We're doomed. Shoot on sight.
There is one other thing.
What is it? Fit might tell us where he's headed. It's of utmost importance. We've got to find this monster.
The Antoine, he loved Arby's.
There's an Arby's 5 miles south of here.
Where's the military transport vehicle?
That way.
What do you think of Uaerom? He's just your basic mad scientist. Thinks he's fixing the world, but he's destroying it. Yeah, I don't trust him. I don't ever trust anyone I just met. Me neither. Okay, just so we're clear, I'm the hero of this story. I'm the hero of this story, and you are not stealing my title. Forget it. You can't just up and be the hero because you've got the guns. Well, whoever heard of the tracker being the hero? He's always the coolest character, even if he's not the one who gets the fame. And I'd say that the tracker deserves the fame. Name one tracker who's the main character. Aragorn, Mandalorian, Hugh Glass, Terminator. Okay, you got a point. But yeah, I'm the all-American good guy. That's got to be clear. I'm all-American too. Okay, you can be Leonardo DiCaprio, my Brad Pitt. Okay, I can see that working. I mean, he played Hugh Glass. All his characters have a certain quick reflex, survival skill.
Except Jack.
Yeah. But I'd say that he's just as much of a hero as Brad Pitt, right? Yeah, Brad Pitt's just a different kind of hero. He's, smart, witty, handsome, ready for anything. It's him! Where? There! Where?
He moved.
Remember, we must catch him alive.
Yeah, well, let's get after him.
Try to conserve ammunition. Don't just shoot at anything that moves.